Hi, ladies. It's Heather Pillow, Executive Director with Pure Romance. And today I'm going to be walking you through our super awesome online party planning guide. This is actually something that comes in hard copy in everybody's starter kit. So if you have that, if you've just started and you've got your little bundle of information, you might want to go ahead and grab your booklet because you can follow along. It's going to look very similar to what I'm going to show you. If you don't have that available or you're traveling or whatever, you have access to this online all the time, which is awesome. And it's a microsite, meaning it's its very own standalone website. So even if you're at work and for some reason you can't access the COO because of content, you should be able to access party planning. All right, so let's do a little screen share here. I want to talk to you too really fast about exactly what party planning used to be known as hostess coaching, why it's so important. What is it? So actually, the reason you do this is because you have to remember that your hostess, this is one fun night. Whereas for you, this is a job, this is a career, this is how you make income to support your family. So it's really super important that you help to blend those two ideas so that it really feels easy and fun for her and not like a lot of work. And for you, so that it's as lucrative as humanly possible and ultimately helps to build your business, right? We want her to be happy, 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 and we want you to be flush and rolling around in the green stuff. Everybody wins. So the site that you're going to go to is partyplanning.pureromance.com. And all you're going to do, now you have the ability when you first get in there to just go ahead and jump into the step-by-step procedures, or you can go directly to resources. We're going to do resources last, and I'll show you all of the things that are referenced there. Now this guide is set up on a 3-week cycle. So assuming that you have booked a party with her 3 weeks from now. If it's short dated, meaning it's less than 3 weeks, then you're just going to condense this a little bit. You might skip a step or two. If it's a little bit longer than that, you're going to draw this out a little bit, and it is going to require a little more communication on your part to keep her excited and make sure that she doesn't lose her enthusiasm because she's excited right now, right? I will tell you, for me, very honestly, I really try not to schedule anything more than 4 weeks out, just because I don't know what my schedule is going to be like, and the likelihood that their schedule will change is high as well. Whereas everybody knows what their schedule is for the next 2 weeks. They know what social commitments they have. They know what commitments their children have for sports and everything else. So it's much easier for people to be able to commit, right? Which is actually what we want. So I believe that party planning can be broken down into 2 words, just 2 words. It's really super simple. And those are managing expectations. Okay. So you want to make sure that that's what you're doing, that you're making sure that you understand what her expectations are for her party and that she understands what you expect from her as her hostess. Okay. All right. So very first thing, this document has been around for ages and ages and ages, far longer than I've even been in business, which is almost 11 years. And it's called 40 Guests in 4 Minutes. So when somebody books a date, the very first thing that you want to do is get them thinking about their guest list. So if they're there in front of you because you're at a party or an event, go ahead and have this printed out and hand it to her and say, hey, if you're going to have another glass of wine, will you sit down really fast and start creating your guest list? When you bring it back in to me, I'll have a little treat for you. And I generally give them like a travel size shave cream or a foil pack or something really, really inexpensive, but just a little incentive to get that down, right? So you want to get that started. And there's some information over here as well as to what you can do. This party planning guide is amazing. If you're following along in your hard copy, you're going to see all kind of little asides, which are fantastic. So make sure that you read those. And if you're online, you're going to want to click on every single hyperlink that's in here so that you know what resources are available to you. Now, here's the other thing, a little caveat that kind of jumps back to bookings, but you're going to have a lot of women who are really interested in hosting a party, but the word commitment is like scary to them, like, oh, picking a date. And for most women, they know when they want to do it. It's just hard for them to say, okay, yeah, that's the date. So you don't ever want to leave a party and have her go, well, let me look at my schedule and I'll call you. Because the minute she walks out of that house, life has smacked her in the face, and as much fun as she had and as much as she would like to do a party, it's suddenly not a priority. Whereas when she chooses a date, they're on the spot, she's in, she's ready to go. And I will tell you that probably 75% of the women that book party dates on the spot actually stick to that original party date, okay? So when she says that, when she's like, I'm not sure, I gotta check with my friend's schedule, or I'm not sure what my schedule is, you're going to say, listen, I completely understand. I'm betting that your schedule is just as crazy as mine is. So generally I do parties on, and you're going to tell her the nights that you do parties. So for me, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights. Which one of those do you think is probably going to be the most likely to be best for you? And she's going to say, well, we have football on Fridays. Wednesday, I've got soccer, but Thursdays are good. We like to do happy hours with my girls. We do bunco. Thursday nights are great. Awesome. My first available Thursday night is, you're going to say it to her. Can you think of anything off the top of your head that's an immediate conflict? No, but I don't have my calendar in front of me. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and pencil you in for this date. If you get home and you check your calendar and you find sure enough there's a conflict, just shoot me a text message and we will choose the next available Thursday. I'm telling you, it's just committing. Once they commit to that date, they're there. They're in, they're hooked, they're excited. And even if they do get home and there is a conflict, she's still going to be communicating with you and saying, hey, listen, that date isn't actually going to work. What is your next available date? And then we go ahead and jump into our calendars and we compare and we pick another one. But it's really, like, I cannot tell you, it is imperative that you actually get that date on your calendar. Okay? All right. So she has filled out her 40 guests in 4 minutes. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to send her the party kickoff form, otherwise known as your hostess quiz. And this is just a really, really easy document that basically says, thank you for booking. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page and that I'm giving you exactly the party that you want. So it asks, exactly what kind of party are you looking for? Are you just looking for a quiet night with wine and your friends? Are you looking for a rowdy party? Are you considering the business? There's a whole bunch of things she can choose from. It asks her about her wish list. It asks her about her partner's wish list. And it asks a couple of other questions. But it really helps you to cater to her, because every party is an event. So these are not cookie cutter. And you can't run your business like it's cookie cutter, because every hostess is going to have a different intent for her party. So this is a great way to make sure that you're communicating really effectively, because you know exactly what she wants. And again, all of these little documents that we're talking about are in the Resource Center, and we'll look at those in a minute. So you are going to continue on to your first phone call. Okay. Now, if you are one of the many women who is like weirded out by the phone, yes, in fact, this is a phone. It does make phone calls. It's not just a camera. And we're in business with live people, right? So if you're a pure romance consultant, you're partying with live girls. And that's why these parties are in demand, because they're fun. You're actually face to face. It's not some, random online anonymous thing. Like, where is the fun of that? Everybody has lost sight of the fun except for pure romance. We are completely on top of it, which is why the parties, again, are highly in demand. So you're going to make your first phone call to confirm. And I do recommend that you do that within 24 to 48 hours. The sooner the better. Just, again, so she can hear your enthusiasm. And also to make sure before you go through all of these next steps that are going to come up here, that you have a hostess who is completely on board, right? Like, you want her to really be in it to win it. And yes, I'm excited to have this party. So you're going to call her and confirm date, time, reiterate again that the family needs to be out of the house. And then you're going to tell her that you've sent her the party kickoff form and you need to get that back in the next 48 hours. If you haven't already given her the 40 guests in 4 minutes, I would also send her that electronically so that she has it immediately. You can ask her, if she's filling this out, if she's comfortable with sharing her guests' cell phone numbers so that you can actually text them and get games going and send them text invites and all kinds of stuff. Some will be okay with that and some won't, and that's okay, but it's just something to offer her because it takes some work off of her plate, which is cool, right? And that's how you need to present it. I would love to make this as easy for you as possible. So if I have their numbers, I can send out every reminder, every fun thing that would normally come from the hostess will actually come from me, and it's off your plate. And then you also want to confirm her preferred method of communication, okay? So some of us really love the phone. Some prefer texting because of their day job. Just find out what works best for her. It doesn't mean that that's the only way you're going to communicate, but you'll know that if you really need to get a hold of her, that's the fastest way to do it. Then you need to share with her your preferred method of communication. So for me, I'm going to talk to her at least 3 times before her party. Generally, it's once a week. I tell her that I'll be very respectful of her time. It's going to take less than 2 minutes. So if she gets a message from me, please give me a call back immediately within 24 hours and we'll make it quick. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. But again, you're managing her expectations so she knows to expect the occasional phone call from you, right? Okay. All right. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go over here. You're going to jump onto the Consultant Online Office and you are going to enter your party, which is a whole other separate training video that I've got. but ultimately you want to make sure that your party is in the system. So everything is all in one place. Her contact information is all in one place. Don't rely too heavily on paper because paper disappears, it gets thrown away, but the COO is eternal, so make sure that you're using that, okay? And then I would also recommend that you follow up after that phone call by sending her the confirmation letter for her party. There's just something different about sending a formal letter that says, you know, congratulations, you've signed up, here's your date, here's your time, here's all the perks that you get as a hostess. And again, these are all available in the resources section of this party planning guide. Easy. Okay, so this is just a little more information about finding out her why for the party, and that's all in that quiz. All right, so let's go to how we actually set up her invite, because again, assuming you're on a 3-week cycle, you want to send this out immediately, even if you're 4 weeks out. I don't generally send out an invite more than 4 weeks before the party date just because it loses steam, but 3 to 4 weeks is ideal, okay? So you have a variety of invitation methods that you can utilize. So obviously there's the Media Center through COO. You can send out beautiful branded invitations. You can also use evite.com, which is a free service. And then obviously there's Facebook as well. Generally, I find that my parties that are the most successful are ones that use a combination of different types of invites. I'm also going to add in here, and I'm not sure, I think they get into it, oh yeah, further down here, that you can send out text reminders using a service called RedStamp that I'll show you in a second. Super easy, completely free, which is awesome. And it really allows you to, again, kind of customize the invitations and make it so that it really feels like it's her event, right? Now, make sure that you're reading through all of the different hyperlinks that are part of this party planning guide, because there are definite peaks, perks, and not such perks to each one of these invite methods. You know, I mean, technology is just not 100% reliable. So again, we're in business with live women. So you want to make sure that you're still communicating with her as personally as possible and not hiding behind your computer. So these are just tools to use. They're not the be all end all, okay? The bottom line though is that whichever one of these you decide to use, you control the wording. You decide what it is that your invitation says. Keep it very professional. It never says sex toy party. Like, I just think that that degrades what we do. And frankly, the bedroom accessories are only about 25% of our product line. So there's a whole lot more to a pure romance party than toys, right? So make sure that you control that wording so that it maintains the professional, fun demeanor that you want your parties to have, okay? All right, so let's see. So there's obviously, as I said, you can mix and match. Text message is great. That's what RedStamp allows you to do, is actually create really cute little meme type things. I know some people like to use Instagram for this stuff. Generally, that's going to come from the hostess. It just really depends on your hostess and or her friends and how they like to communicate. So real fast, we're going to jump over to RedStamp. Okay, so when you go to RedStamp, let me get actually to the home page because this is one that I've already made. You're going to want to create a free account, okay? So make sure that you have it, and you do that because that allows you to save your invitation. So once you create one, you can just make it again and again and again. You're going to go to cards, and you can search anything. I mean, really, like, pick whatever makes you happy. I did, let's see. Let's go to invitations. And then you can plug in whatever you're excited about. I'm going to do happy hour. So yay, you've got all kinds of fun. I mean, look at how cute these are. Keep calm and party on. So fun. Like, that's really, really simple to do. It also, when you click on one of the cards, it's going to allow you to choose your color. Normally it does. Maybe this one's going to be finicky. Let's go back and show you one that's a little more robust. Okay, this is one that I've used repeatedly. Let's have a girls' night out. And it just has different color schemes that you can use based on, you know, whatever it is you want to have fun with. But ultimately, you can completely, don't look at this and say, oh, I don't like the words that are there. You can type in literally anything you want. So once you do that, you actually can save them, like I said. So I'm going to take you back to my account and show you how easy it is to edit this. So when you go into my account, it's going to show you past ones that you've used. So I've literally just created this one. You can immediately go in here and change all of this information. I'm a terrible typist. This is why I do what I do for a living. This is my address. RSVP to me. And there you are, right? And then it's there. I literally, boom, done. Next. So you're going to take it digital. Don't pay for paper, y'all. Paper costs money. Digital is free. Go in here. I've added myself as a contact. You can also add your hostess as a contact if you have her email address, and then just instantaneously send it. I like to put my hostess's name in the subject line so that when I'm in my inbox, I can always see that. And then boom, it's going to send up, it's going to pop over in your inbox here. Okay. And then you can save it to your computer. You can save it on your phone. You can text it to her like, oh my gosh, Red Stamp. Awesome. So easy to use. Okay. So let's head back to, oops. I got this thing excited. Here we are. Sorry, the little thing is trying to scoop down on me. All right, so there's your ability to make text things. Oh, you know what? Actually, really fast. Let me show you something really cute. See if I can find one. I love too when I have a cute picture of the hostess or hostesses. They have images in here that allow you to, there's one, change the picture. So fun. So you can literally upload her picture and then put all the party stuff in here. Like, talk about a really cute customized invitation for the party. So don't be afraid to stalk her Facebook page to kind of scroll around and see if you can find a cute picture. And if I do have co-hosts, I actually ask them, do you guys have a really cute picture of the two of you together? If not, take it while they're together at the party. And then you can use that for their invitation. But oh my gosh, it's just, there's so many things you can do with Red Stamp. It's easy. All right. So now let's continue to connect with our hostess and keep her excited. This is really super important, okay? So how often are you really communicating with your hostess? I don't think that there's a specific number, honestly. Like, at a minimum, you want to be communicating with her once a week. But the more you communicate with her, the more you talk to her like a friend, the more confident she's going to feel. And obviously, you want to communicate with her every opportunity you have. If you feel like something isn't going quite right, or maybe she's not getting the response that she wanted or whatever. So lots of communication. I'm not saying you're harassing her. You're not sending her a whole bunch of stuff, but there's nothing wrong with a couple of quick Facebook messages or text or whatever it is that she likes, keeping her excited, right? Like, this is not a problem. And I'm going to show you some really fun text reminders that you can use that are already made for you, and boom, you just text them out and it's easy breezy, okay? All right, so you wanna make sure that when you talk to her that you're literally just reiterating information. Some women need to hear things like 5, 6, 7 times before it actually really sinks in with her. And it's gonna help you, the party planning guide here has some good wording for you based on her why as to how you're gonna communicate. So you're all bright, you can all read, I'm gonna leave that with you here, but ultimately, communicate with her on a regular basis. Do not book that party and then don't talk to her again till the day before the party and expect it to hold, because it simply won't, right? Remember, this is your job. It's your job to be the party planner. I want you to look at it like that. It's like a wedding planner. Nobody says, hey, I want you to plan my wedding, and then they don't talk to them until the day before the wedding. They communicate with them on a regular basis. Obviously, this is a much smaller scale, but for some women, it's a big event for them. So they really want to make sure that they feel confident in your communication, and that's your job, not hers, okay? All right, so the final call, you're just checking in. You're saying, hey, I'm really excited for tomorrow. How many confirmed guests are you expecting? I like to call them confirmed guests because it means that she's actually done something to confirm them. And by asking her that, if she hasn't, it'll kind of nudge her along to make sure that happens. Talk to her about parking. Any oddities about her development? Is there a guard gate? Is there a passcode to get in? Like, all that kind of stuff you need to be aware of. So that's a phone call, probably a day, maybe 2 days before the party, just depending on how crazy your schedule is, okay? And then obviously remind her, a kind of a less aggressive way of doing it is, where's the family going to be during the party? Are they doing something fun? To basically say, hey, by the way, no men, no children of any age, and there are no exceptions to that. And there you are, right? Like, that's all it takes to do this party, okay? So let's jump over here, and I want to take you to resources. This is the best website. None of this existed when I was new. I mean, oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so you have your 40 guests in 4 minutes, and all of this is downloadable, so don't create the wheel. Okay, you're just gonna download, boop, there you are. And then let's see, we've got our party kickoff form, which is that hostess quiz to make sure that you're on the same page with her. Easy breezy, love these. This also links you to, you've got your party details email, otherwise known as a confirmation letter. There, all the things, and you can really customize this for you once you download it. If you've got little quirks, you have allergies or whatever, then this is the place that you're gonna put that. It'll also link you to the Media Center for creating invites there so that they're all beautiful and customized. Evites, it gives you some sample suggestions for wording to use there, as well as images that you can use, like super, super easy and fun. And evite.com, again, is completely free. It also shows you sample Facebook events, so don't feel like you have to, again, get creative here. Like, you really don't. Just easy breezy, fire this stuff out, and you're ready to go. And it has a variety of different things that you can be posting on Facebook, telling them a little bit about yourself, doing product ads. I like to basically do a three-way, that just got really dirty really fast. A three-way communication on my Facebook post. So I like to do a product ad, like tell them a little bit about a product I'm going to be showing. I like to play a game, and then I like to do a fun fact about me or the hostess. So just to kind of keep things interesting, and it doesn't feel like you're constantly trying to sell them online. So great options here. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun things. Guest connections. This is also great for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to say to these people when I'm communicating with them. They have sample text messages here. You've got, again, they're encouraging you to use Red Stamp. They're showing you samples. You've got, again, the Media Center that's available to be able to create some of this stuff. Snapchat, if you are a social media goddess, then there are lots of different things that you can do there. And then even just basic emailing, right? Like, nothing wrong with good old email. It's pretty effective. And then sample text message again. So lots of different things that you can use. And if you like the wording from one and you want to use it on another method, then by all means, just take the wording and run. You have your checklist. This, I think, is important, and you should have it printed out for every single party. This is going to keep you on track, because when your calendar is packed and you're rushing along and you've got 6, 7, 12 parties all cruising along at the same time, you need to remember where you are with each hostess. And that's exactly where this checklist comes in. So don't be afraid to hit that download it, save it onto your own laptop so that you can print it off as needed and keep it there in that party file. And then, oh, ta-da. These are the best, y'all. Party planning tips. These are so easy to text out to your hostess. And again, you can completely download these. You don't have to recreate it. It basically reiterates all the stuff that you're supposed to be saying to them. So you've got, I mean, oh my gosh, this is so good, y'all. Like, you've got stuff for party crashers to help them invite guests. You're helping them remember that they need to over-invite and that there's no men and all kinds of stuff. So use these. Don't recreate the wheel. Like, Pure Romance has done an amazing job of doing really cute branded things that don't have anybody's name on it. So anybody can use them. So just jump right in and keep it easy. All right, real fast, over here to troubleshooting. This is actually a really, really helpful area, and these are also in the printed version of it. So if you are trying to find, if you have issues coming up, like I'm having a hard time, I have a ghostess, she's gone ghost on me, right? Like, she won't return a phone call. She's not, I can see that she's looking at Facebook stuff, but she's not responding. It's gonna give you some ideas there, what to do if you have low attendance, somebody tries to cancel. I mean, it's wonderful. So utilize this resource, okay? And if you're overwhelmed, if you're new and you're looking at this and you're like, I just can't figure out where I'm going, that is where your sponsor comes in. Reach out to your sponsor. She'll help direct you so that you're super, super comfortable with everything that you need. And Hostess Coaching is a breeze. Y'all, here's what I'm going to tell you. Hostess Coaching is no more difficult than talking to a girlfriend, because that's what you're doing. It just means that you have to make sure that you're asking for what you want and what you know is best for her party. So when you know that a big rockin' 15 to 20 person head count is what you need to get her wish list for free, tell her that. Say, the magic number is 20, girl. We are shooting for 20 guests at your house. And that means we're going to over-invite. We're going to invite every girl that you know, and we're going to tell every single one of them to bring at least one friend with them. But it's about the way that you communicate with them and the frequency. And it means that, again, you can't go ghost on your hostess. So do your party planning, utilize this guide, and reach out to us if you have any questions. And if you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what a fun, easy business. They give you every tool that you need. You are correct. I want you to reach out to me at www.heatherspureromance.com, and I will make sure that we get you set up with your own business. Bye, girls. Mwah.